A first aid kit sits quietly on a shelf or mounted to a wall. Red plastic, white cross, a simple latch. It appears symbolic, almost ceremonial, like an object that represents safety more than it performs it. But the modern first aid kit is not symbolic, it is architectural. It was shaped by chaos. Before standardized kits existed, medical response outside hospitals was improvised. In homes, supplies were scattered, a roll of cloth in one drawer, a bottle of disinfectant in another, adhesive bandages in a cabinet. In industrial settings of the 19th century, injuries were frequent. Factories, railroads, and construction sites exposed workers to machinery and sharp tools. When accidents occurred, response depended on what could be found nearby. Time was lost. And in medical emergencies, time alters outcomes. The idea of prepackaged medical supplies emerged from necessity. Battlefield medicine during the 19th century revealed that rapid intervention could prevent infection and stabilize injuries before transport. Soldiers carried individual bandage packets. Railway companies began storing basic supplies at stations for injured workers. The concept was simple but transformative. Gather essential materials in one predictable place. The first aid kit did not replace advanced medicine. It replaced disorganization. Its form reflects that. The rigid container is not aesthetic preference. It protects sterile materials from moisture, dust, and crushing. Gauze compressed under heavy objects loses structure. Sealed antiseptic packets can rupture. A hard case preserves readiness. The size of most first aid kits is also deliberate. They are compact enough to be portable but large enough to hold essentials. This balance reflects a trade-off between comprehensiveness and accessibility. Too large, and the kit becomes heavy and intimidating. Too small, and it lacks usefulness. The internal organization matters even more. Compartments prevent tangling. Elastic loops secure scissors or tweezers. Clear plastic sleeves display contents at a glance. The aha moment often arrives when you realize the first aid kit is not arranged for neatness. It is arranged for stress. In emergencies, cognitive bandwidth shrinks. Fine motor skills degrade. People experience tunnel vision and auditory exclusion. A chaotic pile of supplies slows action. The kit's layout reduces decision fatigue. You open it and see categories: bandages, antiseptics, wraps. You do not have to search. Even the latch mechanism reflects urgency. It must stay closed during transport, yet open quickly with one hand. Many kits use snap closures rather than screw tops. A screw cap would be secure but slow. A magnet might fail under vibration. The latch represents a compromise between security and speed. The color red is perhaps the most visible design element. Red signals danger and urgency across cultures. It contrasts sharply with neutral environments. In visual processing, red attracts attention rapidly. In panic, people scan environments quickly and coarsely. A red object stands out against wood, white walls, or gray concrete. The white cross symbol reinforces recognition. It does not require language. It communicates medical assistance universally. This visual standardization is not accidental. It emerged over time because familiarity reduces hesitation. When seconds matter, recognition must be automatic. Inside the kit, item selection reflects probability. First aid kits are not mini hospitals. They are designed to address the most common minor injuries: cuts, scrapes, burns, sprains. This reflects another constraint: training. Most people using a first aid kit are not medical professionals. The contents must be usable without advanced knowledge. Adhesive bandages, gauze pads, tape. These are intuitive tools. More advanced items are included cautiously. Tourniquets and hemostatic agents appear in specialized kits but require instruction. The general-purpose first aid kit is designed for universality. It anticipates that the user may not remember precise medical steps. The packaging of individual items often includes brief instructions. Sterile items are sealed for clarity. Unopened equals safe. Even the placement of certain items at the top layer reflects frequency of use. Adhesive bandages are usually most accessible because minor cuts are common. Trade-offs emerge clearly. Include too many items and the kit becomes cluttered and overwhelming. Include too few and it feels insufficient. Manufacturers must anticipate varied environments: homes, cars, offices, hiking trails. Portability becomes a secondary function. A first aid kit in a vehicle must endure temperature extremes. Plastic cases are chosen for durability and moisture resistance. Fabric pouches are used for hiking kits because they are lighter and flexible. Material choice reflects context. In high-traffic public spaces, wall-mounted kits provide visibility and centralization. They are placed in predictable locations, near exits, near fire extinguishers. This spatial consistency builds muscle memory. In an emergency, people run toward known safety markers. The kit also serves a psychological function. Its presence signals preparedness. Even when unused, it communicates readiness. That perception influences behavior. People may take small risks knowing aid is available. Organizations may meet safety regulations by displaying kits prominently. Yet the most profound design influence remains human panic. Under stress, people revert to simple patterns. Fine dexterity declines. Reading comprehension decreases. The kit must compensate. Large zipper pulls on fabric kits accommodate shaking hands. Brightly colored interior linings improve contrast for small items. Clear labeling reduces confusion. Some kits include instruction cards with step-by-step diagrams. Visual instructions outperform text under stress. The kit's compact shape also allows relocation. In emergencies, injuries rarely occur in neat environments. The kit must travel to the injured person, not the other way around. A rigid handle, lightweight case, and stackable form enable that mobility. There is another layer of design invisible to most users: regulation. Safety standards in workplaces require accessible first aid supplies. Manufacturers design kits to meet regulatory guidelines for minimum contents. This standardization influences size and layout. But despite variation in content, the form remains consistent. Red case, white cross, compact container. This consistency is powerful. Imagine if first aid kits came in random colors and shapes. In an emergency, you might overlook one entirely. Design standardization creates a shared visual language. The first aid kit does not look innovative because innovation is not its purpose. It is meant to be found instantly and used without thought. The moment of realization deepens when you understand that the kit's primary function is not medical intervention. It is time compression. It compresses the time between injury and response. Everything about its form, color, layout, latch, portability serves that compression. Before first aid kits, response time depended on memory and search. After kits, response time became predictable. That predictability saves lives in subtle ways. Invisible design often operates in anticipation. The first aid kit anticipates injury. It anticipates panic. It anticipates disorganization. It offers structure in moments when structure collapses. When you open a first aid kit, you are not just accessing supplies, you are accessing a prearranged system built to withstand stress. Its simplicity is deceptive. Behind the red plastic lies a century of refinement shaped by battlefield medicine, industrial safety, domestic accidents, and human psychology. It exists in its current form because that form proved resilient against chaos. In quiet moments, it rests unnoticed. In urgent moments, it becomes central. And that is the essence of invisible design, an object that spends most of its life waiting, designed not for routine, but for the rare, unpredictable moment when clarity matters most.